All right, so we humbly welcome you back to Healthy Morning Live on HSTV. Right about now, we're zooming straight into the In Focus segment. You know, that music played gives you a fair idea of what we're talking about. We're moving on into our street. So our pedestrians, are they safe? Are the street walkers safe? Are drivers driving safe? Are vehicles safe are they safe on our street? So joining me today in the studios, I have the administrator for Street Sense, Josephine Selassie Takpo. You know, she's going to help me delve into road safety today. So tell a friend to tell another to tune in and stick and stay with us and enjoy this conversation. Selassie, you're welcome.
Thank you, James.
How are you doing?
By grace, we are okay. And you?
I'm also doing well. We're really humbled having you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Safety. Our roads, something we cannot do away with. Yeah. I know when you were coming here, you drove here.
Yeah.
You used the roads and all of that.
Yeah.
Great. But before we go into that, let's go to Street Sense,
okay,
the organization. We just want to have a fair idea what you people do.
Okay, so let me just give you a little background.
Okay.
Street Sense organization, it's a legally registered NGO.
Okay.
When I say NGO, non-governmental organization. Yeah. So we started operation in the year 2011, but then we duly registered it in 2014.
Okay.
So I would say we really started operation in 2014. So when we say Street Sense organization, we are into road safety advocacy, we are into training, education, research. Yeah. So when we talk about the training, normally we go to the lorry stations because our main focus is with drivers. Yes, so Street Sense, it goes with drivers. So we go to the lorry stations, educate our drivers what they can do to help reduce road safety and road accidents on our roads. So basically that's Street Sense.
That's amazing. So since the inception, how would you say the reception has been so far?
Oh, it's been amazing because from 2014 to 2023, the response has been so good. You wouldn't pass any corner of Accra, Kumasi, northern region without seeing anything Street Sense.
Street Sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So with our police MTTD, you are seeing Street Sense. When you go to our lorry stations, you are seeing Street Sense.
Great.
Even shops, you are seeing Street Sense. Yeah. So Street Sense is everywhere, and it's been amazing so far.
Great.
There are difficulties with everything. There are difficulties, but then I'll say our positive our positivity has outweighed our negativity, and I think we are doing great.
That's amazing. Yeah. Great. I know it's a private something that's on, but let's talk about governmental support. Has it been strong?
Okay, so for now, I'll say when it comes to support, monetary wise, it's a bit shaky. Yeah, but then when you run to national road safety, their arms are opened, and I think that support is enough. It shouldn't be always monetary. Yeah. Right. So I think the support is okay from government.
All right.
We are good.
All right, so viewers, to remind you, it's still Healthy Morning right here on HSTV, and this is the In Focus segment. We have our social media platforms active. We have our Facebook page, Instagram. Our WhatsApp numbers are active, and if you have any suggestion with regards to the topic we're discussing today, you can call in or send in your WhatsApp messages. And joining me today in the studios is Josephine Selassie Takpo. She is the administrator for Street Sense. Today we're talking about road safety. As I made mention, our pedestrians, are they safe? Are vehicles safe? Are drivers doing the right thing on the road? So these are the conversations we're going to have right in the studios. Welcome back again, Selassie.
Thank you.
Now we've spoken about governmental support. You made mention it's not been easy, it's been quite shaky and all that, but you've been able to move through and make things happen. Now going on our roads, let's compare last year to now. Let's talk about the accidents and road crash and all that.
Okay, so you see, when you come to road safety, let me categorize it in 3 aspects.
Good.
So we have road crashes, we have injuries, and we have fatalities.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we say crashes, it's any crash you come across. Yes. But then after the crashes, there are injuries.
Good.
And after the injuries, we look at the fatalities. That is the death.
The death. Okay.
Yeah. So comparing last year to this, so let's do just the first quarter.
First quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for last year, first quarter, we recorded about 4,009 crashes.
Okay.
Yes.
4,009
yes,
crashes.
4,009 crashes last. No, that was 2021.
2021. Okay.
Yeah, and then in 2022 we recorded 3,932 crashes.
Crashes. Okay.
And in 2023, sorry,
yeah.
we've recorded 3,340. So when
you look at
the sequence, it's going down a bit, but it's not encouraging. Yeah. So that is with the crashes. Now let's go to the injuries.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the injuries, 2021 we had about 4,200 injuries. Injuries. Yeah. And then in 2022 we had 4,035 injuries, and in 2023 now we are having 3,697. So you see that one to the sequence is dropping. Yeah. So now let's go to the death, that is the fatalities. Yeah. 2021 we had 771 deaths in the first quarter. Bear in mind, this is all in the first quarter. Yeah. And in 2022 we had 734 deaths.
Okay.
And in 2023 now we are having 544. So that one too, the sequence is going down a bit. But then let's bear in mind that all these figures are not in cash. They are lives. So just for the first quarter, if we are losing 544 souls, I don't think it's the best, even though it has reduced compared to last year. But I think we can do better. And let me chip in this. Normally when you look at the statistics, motorists do not really involve in crashes or accidents. But then when they do that, they have a higher rate of fatalities.
Yeah.
Someone will ask how. They don't really involve in crashes and all of that, but then they are dying the most.
Yeah.
I always say, at least a car has 4 tires. What of the motor? Side by side, there's nothing supporting you. Yes, apart from the helmet. So if you are a motorist and you compare yourself to a driver, I don't think it will help.
No.
You get it? So for now we are just praying and hoping that by the end of 2023 the numbers will reduce drastically. That is what we are hoping for, and we are working towards that. And I believe we will get there. Yeah.
So I know you're monitoring all these things, but would you say Ghanaians are adhering to the rules and regulations governing road safety?
That is I would say yes in a way, and I would say no in a way.
Okay.
Yes, because it's obvious the numbers are reducing. So that means something is actually sinking. But then no in a way, because I remember I went to one lorry station to sensitize the drivers, and immediately he saw me. He was like, "Hey, street sense, madam, road safety ni atia bro." But I would say road safety is like the Bible we have. It's an old book, but we keep on reading it. And when you read the Bible today, what you get the next day is different.
It's different, yeah.
So that is how road safety is. Today you might see it to be yatiabre in quotes, but then the next moment, something I said the other time might help you. You get it? So even though it's sinking, to some people it's not sinking. But I believe it's time. With time we will get there.
All right, so moving away from the motorists, the drivers and all that, let's talk about the pedestrian, people walking on the streets and all that. Charlie, I just like to cross the road. I know if you go the top there, go use the walkway and all that. Let's delve into that part as well.
I know using the overpass sometimes it's tedious, and I wouldn't play the angel here. We are all devils when it comes to that. But I think we just have to psych our minds that your life is more precious. For instance, you could have used the overpass, but then you decided to cross. Probably the overpass might take you 3-5 minutes to cross. And you think, oh, let me just cross. In about a minute I'll cross. But within that minute, so many things can happen. So why won't you save yourself that time and then use the overpass? You get it? So I think we just have to, like Street Science is doing, the advocacy, the education, the sensitization, we will keep on doing it and doing it and doing it till we get to where we think. And I don't even think we will get to a point and say we are done, because
it needs to go on.
It needs to go on. So that is what we can do. We just have to keep on educating the pedestrian. It's better you use the overpass than to just cross. If there's a zebra crossing, fine. That is good.
Yeah.
Because when you are the zebra crossing, the driver knows you are about crossing. So at least he will calm down for you to cross.
And all that.
Yes. So we just have to do more of education and more sensitization.
And now let's go to the street and talk about streetism. You know, it's something we would be discussing on another segment today. I'm quite interested in the people who find themselves on the street. They do not have anywhere going. You see at traffic lights, they put their mats there, sleeping and all that. What is the NGO doing in support of these people?
So for now, we haven't tackled that yet, but then it's in the pipeline, because we want to do away with anything that will hinder the progress of road safety. So for now, and I believe when it comes to the streetism, it's with people who don't have places to sleep. Yes. So I believe government will do something about it. If he has a place to sleep, he wouldn't be there
on the street.
So we'll try our best, get a place for them to sleep, and then the traffic lights will be free from all of that.
And now let's talk about some win moments for your NGO. I know you've done a lot, you've touched lives and all that. Can you just highlight them?
Okay, so we've done the road safety reflective vest. I don't know if you've been seeing the MTTD with our reflective vest. It's very colorful, it's very nice, it's very visible. Wherever you are standing, you see him. So we have the road safety vest for the police MTTD. We've also made a donation to the National Road Safety Authority. We've made donations to STC, VIP, a lot of lorry stations, a lot of institutions have benefited from our road safety vest. We also have the harness. That is for the motorists. So the motorists also have a harness. When you are riding your motor, you need to be in your harness for visibility purposes. So we've done that as well. And also, we also step in our own little way to help accident victims. So
assisting them and all that. So right here I'm reading some of your objectives. It says to work with main stakeholders towards realization of the United Nations Decade of Action on Road Safety, to conduct research on pressing road safety related issues and advise government through the National Road Safety Commission on policy directions and initiatives. Again, you educate all categories of road users, pedestrians and motorists to know their rights and responsibilities on the road. You know, talking about the rights and responsibilities on the road, how do you think Ghanaians are really familiar with the road signs and all that? Have they been educated enough?
We've done several education on the road signs. And you see, mostly in Ghana, even though the private cars are more than the commercial drivers, but then they carry us the most. When a private car is on the road, it's just maybe 2 or 3 people in it. But then when it comes to the commercial cars, they have a lot of people. So we really sensitize the drivers on road signs, when to park, when to overtake, when to do this and when to do that. So I think, like I keep on saying, it is bit by bit. We are doing our best. So it is up to you as a driver to take what we are actually telling you. For us, we will do our best and do what you are supposed to do. But I am a driver, you are a driver. So if you make a decision to take whatever is being given to you, I think that is when you will get an antidote to whatever you have. So it is about taking what we are giving to you in a good way to help you save your life. And then
that's amazing. And I'm I'm saying, it says increase awareness on the rules and regulation governing the use of our road. Again, educate road users on prohibitive and informative directional signs. Assist vulnerable victims to recuperate. I'm very interested in that side as well. Assisting the victims and all that.
So like I said earlier, we do it in our small way. So sometimes we make donations to hospitals, to accident victims in hospitals. Maybe it wouldn't be something so huge, but at that moment it might save a situation. So in our own small way.
Right. So we're just touching on all the objectives so that you have a fair idea of what Street Sense they do and the impact they are having on the lives of Ghanaians, and you know how they are changing this whole road safety thing. Again, it says assist the Ghana Highway Authority to deploy and install road signs and fix defective ones. Again, to encourage and promote tree growing along the roads in collaboration with stakeholders. This tree growing thing, I know sometimes we find it very destructive. We think we need to put these trees down, fix lighting there and all.
James, frankly speaking, it helps because that was in 2019 or 2020 we engaged in that, and it's doing great. Tree planting, I would say, is the best. I don't know why we pull down trees along our stretches.
And all
because it really does a very good work.
Again, to promote volunteerism in all concerning safety and sanity on our roads. And 10, it says partnership with other industrial stakeholders in a core pillar to promote and facilitate development in the road and transport sector. This is quite an interesting one. You guys are doing super amazing. So do we have any project coming up with Street Sense?
Street Sense, we will never leave our year without a project. So in the year 2019 into 2020, we started a project with Penaricard. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's an alcoholic company. They produce alcohol. And you'll be asking, why would a company producing alcohol want to come on? That is it. But that is the amazing thing. We initially did one with Guinness Ghana. That was Chakwaini Mum Main Transa. And in 2020 we came with Penaricard. We are doing Michia Mincha. Or Michia Mincha. If I'll take alcohol, I wouldn't drink. You get it? If I'll take alcohol, I wouldn't drive. So you see, normally when you go to our lorry stations, the driver will say, oh, so that was where the whole thing started from. So Michia Mincha. And it's an initiative that is still ongoing, and it is doing very well. Last year we shared a reflective vest for our drivers for visibility. We went to the lorry stations for education, for sensitization. This year during Easter during Easter we went to some lorry stations. We mounted billboards with make sure Mincha inscribed on it, just to remind them that if you are behind your steering wheel, you don't have to drive. And we will keep on doing that till we drop dead.
Amazing. So we'll be taking your final words. What are you going to tell Ghanaians?
So my words to Ghanaians is road safety is for all of us. You don't have to wait for someone to tell you to do the right thing. You just have to do the right thing. I'm in the office. When I am typing and I make a mistake, I'm able to just crash it and throw it into the bin. But then when a driver is on the road and he makes a mistake, there is no turning back. And remember, this, I call it a box. This box contains lives. And for all you know, someone in that box is the, how do we call it? There is a word. He gets it. He has the family in his hands. So when you are not careful and you crush this person, you've crushed the whole family. So this morning, what I want to tell everyone, especially our drivers, our commercial drivers, our private drivers, it's amazing, they're also claiming lives. So I would want to tell everyone that we need to be careful on our roads. It's a dual something. Let's just do it and bring sanity on our roads.
That's it. We're really humbled having you on the show today, and let's keep preaching.
Sure.
And definitely you're going to save a lot of lives.
Sure.
All right, so viewers, joining me on the In Focus segment today was Josephine Selassie Tekpo. She's the administrator for Street Sense, and we're talking about road safety. You need to be safe wherever you are, regardless you driving, you walking on the street, just be safe. So this is why we draw the curtain on the In Focus segment. Steph is standing by with Stay Alive. We're going to talk about streetism. Stick and stay with us. We'll be right back.